Where are the best deals? Where are the best deals in Ocala, Florida? We're going to be looking at that today. In fact, I think some of the best things that I could do is actually really do a share screen with you guys and really take a look at, okay, what is available right at the moment. Let's take a look. So I've already inputted Marion County, which is, Ocala, Bellevue, Summerfield, actually Umatilla, which is all the way in the forest, Anthony. You're seeing here, like here are the properties that are available in the different areas here around Marion County. And there's, under 2,500 homes is the inventory count now. I was looking at this. I was actually looking at an old video I did probably about 6 months ago, and the number was at 2,600. So a little bit of a difference. But what it tells me is inventory has gone down a little bit. A little bit. This is probably just 1% of the marketplace where the inventory has dropped over the last 6 months. But it also tells me a very balanced marketplace where things are selling, prices are holding steady. They're not increasing. They're not dropping like a rock. Some cases we're seeing some opportunities for people to negotiate deals. So where are the deals? One, I do want to say this before we jump into that. You do have the opportunity to negotiate now more than what you saw maybe a year and a half ago. And also you can include, what they call seller concessions, asking for buyer closing costs, even if you don't need it. I'm seeing that some people are asking for it because they can get it. They're asking for price reductions and home warranties and certain things. So as far as negotiating, I think there's some real opportunity there. So showing you the different areas, Citra is another area, Denellen is another spot that is, you're seeing a lot of homes in Denellen, and that's usually where a lot of the values, you'll find a little bit more value in the western side of Marion County. Seeing some brand new construction in Juliet Falls, which is a golf community under 500,000. But mostly, if we go back a second, let me go back in here. Like you'll find like Rainbow Lakes Estates for 335, 319. So you're seeing a little bit more value there. We're going to take a look at that a little bit more closely in a minute. Fort McCoy, which is in the northeast section of Marion County, Micanopy, Morriston, and obviously Ocala is going to be where most of the properties you'll find the best deals, or actually most of the properties are located. Looking at the best deals, the lowest price depends on how you define the best deal. So lowest price properties will typically be in the forest, Umatilla, Fort McCoy, as you're seeing here, Ocala, Citra. There's a lot of different places that you'll find some deals for sure. Let me blow this up a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about, right? So in this section here, the lowest price, I organized it by price, and you're looking at MLS real time right now. So lowest price properties are going to be in these areas in the forest. Okay, so that's an opportunity. But I think more than that, I think the real opportunities, because you don't know if you're getting value. The price might be really low, but are you getting the right price or the right value? And I think that's how you need to be looking at the best deals. So I think there's two segments that people are not looking at. One is obviously, days on market. The longer a property is on the market, sometimes buyers think there's something wrong with it. But usually, I mean, that could be the case. And usually the biggest problem that these properties have is that, guess what? The price is too high. That's the problem, where the seller wants too much for the property. Buyers don't look at it, and then they overlook it, and they just kind of pick at it and just move along, and they tend to look at the properties that are on the market, the latest, the hottest, the best. And then the properties that, maybe they are similar to what's coming on the market, but they've been on the market for 3 to 4 to 5 months, and they look just as good. There's nothing wrong with the property necessarily. And of course, you need to be doing inspections and do your due diligence, that type of thing. But I think there's an opportunity to request, from your realtors, from your agents, to look at property that has been on the market for a long period of time. Let's go back in here. Let's get active days on market. Let's cancel out that. there are quite a few properties that have been on the market for more than a year. There's some of these properties, maybe they're just still way overpriced, but I would have your agent do a CMA market analysis just to see, okay, how does this home compare to other homes in price? And if they're reasonable or comparative, compared to properties that may have sold or gone under contract the last 30 to 60 days. And the days on market is tremendous, meaning I'd say more than 90 days, 120 days. You could get some sellers that are going to be, maybe they're desperate, but maybe not as far as desperate. They might be strong. Maybe they're going to be more flexible because they've been on the market longer and they're getting a little bit more impatient. I think that's a real opportunity that people really don't think about. But take a look at that. I think that's a real opportunity that, let's say it's at 500,000 and it's been on the market for 120 days and the value is there. You see it. Well, maybe you can get it for 450. Who knows? It's possible, right? Or not, and don't be discouraged if you don't get it at 450 and said, I watched this video with this broker guy named Glenn, who works for Realty Executives, located on Silver Springs Boulevard, and he said that I can get a great deal. Well, depends on the seller, depends on seller motivation, of course. Okay. All right, so that's one opportunity. The other opportunity that I think is there, and I think it's definitely it's going to be obvious, is actually looking for let's look for bank-owned properties, meaning foreclosures. Okay, so foreclosures, and I'm going to throw in there short sale. There are 13 foreclosures, one short sale, and what it says, let's take a look. We've got properties all over the place that are going to let's take a look. We got Ocala. We got one here. We got one in Bellevue, organizing it by price. It's going for 211,000. And this is, let's see if this is Vaught Realty, and let's see, it looks like it is a foreclosure, right? For 211,000, 4-bedroom, 3-bath on an acre. Give you an idea, right? Like pretty good deal. Might need some repairs. There's one in another in Bellevue, Lake River Heights. Another one at Blue Cove, which is literally in Denellen, and let's see if it's on the river, because Blue Cove is, it looks like it might be, what are we seeing here? Let's take a look. I see water in the background. Maybe it's looks like there's like the larger area that leads to, looks like it's in front of the lake. So, which may connect to the river, but this is another foreclosure home going for 800,000. So for people that want a little bit more of a luxury look, here's a foreclosure in a retirement area for 175 in Cherrywood Estates. I think some real opportunity there. Is built in 2000, right? And let's see. Yep, this one looks pretty interesting, and looks like to be a concrete block home. Looks like it's going to need a little bit of work. So if you're an investor, could be perfect. Another one in Ocala Ridge on the west side of I-75 off of 40. We've got another one that looks like another one in the northwest section of town. Another one in Shady Hills, 79.9, 89.9. Another one for 190. This one here looks interesting in the Villages, right? ERA has this listed, 309,600, and this is a designer home, a Veracruz model, which is looks like a pretty good value depending on the condition. And once again, this has been on the market for 71 days, case in point, right? So pay attention, have your realtor, dig for foreclosures, but remember the foreclosures most likely will need a little bit of work, right? Like that's a real thing that people need to realize, that a lot of times they'll need some work. This one doesn't seem to need, it needs flooring, and it's going to need paint, at the very least. And of course, you should do an inspection like we talked about before to make sure you're not buying a lemon. And I think the other thing we need to look at, I think there's a third value proposition here, right? So there's not that many foreclosures, or let's see if there's how many are pending foreclosures and short sales. There's 7, under contract. So that's not a ton. We're not seeing a lot of foreclosures for the people that are looking for that, but could be an opportunity. I think the other thing that could be an opportunity for a lot of people is the luxury section. So anything over 800,000, even over 1 million, is moving a little bit slower in this marketplace. So that's something to pay attention to. Let's do a quick search. Marion County, and what we're going to do is I'm going to say 800 to 10 million, and there's 194 properties that are active. Okay, so I'm going to give you a case in point here. Anything over 800,000, Marion County, 194, 37 are pending, and then sold 95 in the last 6 months, meaning we're seeing over 6 months, that means about 16 properties per month, right? 16 properties per month are selling 800,000 plus in Marion County, and we got 194. What does that say? That says that we have 11, 12, let's see, that'd be 12, that'd be right at a year, right? 12-month supply of homes that are $800,000 or above, okay? That tells you that it's a buyer's market in that category, So, you're looking at, a year's worth of homes. So the three opportunities, right? We're seeing potential deals. $800,000 plus, that means there's going to be longer days on market on those properties. And when you have longer days on market, that basically says, okay, there could be an opportunity. Foreclosures, short sales, not a ton. There could be some there. And then, of course, anything that has longer days on market is a real opportunity. That's where I think the best deals are in Marion County, in Ocala, Florida. If you have questions, by the way, call me 352 572 3796, 352 572 3796. I've had people text me as well. If you have questions, just text me or call me or whatever. If you have questions about anything that's going on in the Ocala, Florida real estate market. And please subscribe, please like. That would be great. And if you have questions, let's connect. All right, take care.